Good day to all on this special weather bulletin. Tropical storm Erin has triggered warnings in the Caribbean as it moves closer to becoming a hurricane. Tropical storm warnings have been issued for Anguilla, Barbuda, Saint Barthélemy, Saint Martin, Saba, and Saint Eustatius in the Caribbean. The main focus of today's bulletin is Tropical Storm Erin, a vigorous tropical cyclone over the Atlantic Ocean that has the potential to become the first major hurricane of the 2025 season. At the very moment we are broadcasting this update, Hurricane Hunter aircraft are flying through Erin's center to collect real-time data on barometric pressure, wind speed, convective cloud structure, and sea surface temperature. This data will be key for the U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, to determine whether Erin will be upgraded to hurricane status later tonight. According to the latest NHC advisory at 5 p.m. local time, Erin's central pressure is now at 998 millibars, with maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, 96 km per hour. Moving west at about 17 miles per hour, 27 km per hour. These figures indicate Erin is close to Category 1 strength, and with more favorable environmental conditions expected over the next 24 to 36 hours. The likelihood of rapid intensification is high. At present, the storm is still affected by upper-level wind shear from the northeast, which is pushing convective clouds to one side. But as it moves into an area with weaker winds, the storm's structure will become more symmetrical, allowing it to strengthen significantly. Although the center remains far from land, surrounding areas are already feeling impacts. The northern Leeward Islands have issued tropical storm force wind warnings, with expected gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour, high surf, and periods of heavy rain over the next 36 hours. The U.S. Virgin Islands and northern Puerto Rico face a risk of flash flooding, particularly in mountainous and low-lying areas, while Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas are not currently in the direct forecast path. Caution is still advised as Erin's wind field could extend hundreds of kilometers from its center. Tropical storm warnings issued across the Caribbean. Tropical storm Erin is still on track to strengthen into a hurricane by Friday. Caribbean islands are preparing for possible impacts as tropical storm warnings have been issued for multiple locations. Miami, after contending with cooler ocean waters and Saharan dust, Erin is now stabilizing and could intensify rapidly as tropical storm warnings are posted along the northeastern Caribbean. Although at this time the Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico are unlikely to be directly struck by Erin, preparations for potential impacts are underway. Tropical storm warnings have been issued for Anguilla, Barbuda, Saint Barthélemy, Saint Martin, Saba, and Saint Eustatius on Thursday evening, meaning tropical storm conditions are possible within the next 48 hours. Officials in the U.S. Virgin Islands announced that the distribution of sandbags for hurricane season, originally scheduled for later, has been moved up due to Erin's approach. Due to the expected impacts of Tropical Storm Erin on the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Virgin Islands Territorial Emergency Management Agency, VITEMA, in coordination with the Virgin Islands Fire and Emergency Medical Services, the Department of Public Works, the ADA Coordinator's Office, and the Department of Human Services, has expedited the sandbag distribution program across the territory. Officials said, the U.S. Virgin Islands are preparing for potential indirect impacts. VITEMA Director Daryl D. Yashin appeared on Fox Weather Thursday to outline preparedness measures. Officials confirmed this will be the only sandbag distribution for the 2025 hurricane season. Forecast models and scenarios. Leading forecast models currently present two main scenarios. Scenario 1. GFS and ECMWF. Erin moves west-northwest for the next few days, then turns northeast under the influence of a trough to its north, passing between Bermuda and the U.S. East Coast. In this case, the U.S. mainland avoids a direct landfall, but indirect effects could include high surf, offshore winds, and scattered coastal showers. Scenario 2, Icon. If Erin's turn northward is delayed, it could track closer to the Bahamas and possibly approach or make landfall in the Carolinas. This would be far more dangerous, as the storm would be stronger near land. The official NHC track forecasts Erin reaching Category 2 strength on Saturday and becoming a major Category 3 hurricane with winds near 125 miles per hour by Sunday. However, current environmental factors could allow for faster intensification. Sea surface temperatures along its path are 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, about 1 to 1.5 degrees Celsius above normal, providing a massive heat energy source. High atmospheric moisture is supporting deep convection, and the presence of an upper-level anticyclone will enhance outflow, helping the storm breathe and draw in more moist air. If these conditions persist, Erin could rapidly intensify, with central pressure dropping below 940 MB and peak winds reaching Category 4 strength. Other tropical developments. Meanwhile, disturbance 98L in the western Gulf of Mexico is being closely monitored. NHC gives it a 40% chance of developing into a tropical depression within 24 hours. Due to its short time over water, it would remain weak before moving inland over northern Mexico or southern Texas. Nonetheless, this system could still bring 2 to 4 inches, 50 to 100 millimeters, of rain, causing localized flooding. Potential U.S. impacts. If Erin follows the primary track between Bermuda and the East Coast, Florida, offshore winds at 25 to 35 knots. Coastal showers, surf of 8 to 15 feet, 2.5 to 4.5 meters. Georgia, mainly high surf and minor erosion. South Carolina, minor coastal flooding in Charleston from high tides. North Carolina, Outer Banks could see 13 to 20 feet, 4 to 6 meters, waves and significant erosion. Virginia to New England, high surf, rip currents, and scattered rain. If Erin takes the Bahamas-Carolinas track, Bahamas, winds of 100 to 130 miles per hour. Waves of 20 to 26 feet, 6 to 8 meters. Rainfall of 8 to 12 inches, 200–300 millimeters. Florida, gusts of 50 to 70 miles per hour. Rainfall of 4 to 6 inches, 100–150 millimeters. South Carolina, potential direct landfall with storm surge of 5 to 10 feet, 1.5 to 3 meters. Rainfall of 6 to 8 inches, 150 to 200 millimeters. North Carolina, winds of 70 to 90 miles per hour. Waves of 16 to 20 feet, 5 to 6 meters. Rainfall of 4 to 6 inches, 100–150 millimeters. Virginia, rainfall of 2 to 3 inches, 50 to 80 millimeters. Localized flooding in Norfolk. Important note on the forecast cone. The NHC's forecast cone only shows the probable path of the storm's center and does not represent the full area impacted by wind and rain. On track models, each colored line represents a scenario from a different forecast model. When lines cluster tightly, confidence is higher. When they spread apart, uncertainty increases. The intensity chart shows that if many points exceed 110 miles per hour, the storm is likely to become a major hurricane. Preparedness advice. Residents in the Caribbean, Bermuda, the Bahamas, and along the U.S. East Coast should monitor updates from the NHC and local weather agencies. Prepare emergency supplies such as flashlights, backup batteries, water, medicine, non-perishable food, secure property, and move boats to safe harbor. Those in high-risk areas should have evacuation plans in place. Erin is at a critical stage, and the next few hours will determine its track and intensity. We will continue to provide regular updates, from Hurricane Hunter field data to the latest forecast model changes, so you can remain informed and safe. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next bulletin.